right, here's Lori McNichol now with the 9X Mobile Fan Highway Patrol, Little New York weather. Good morning, Miss McNichol.
Good morning. The southbound Bronx River Parkway is barely moving at Boston Post Road. That's due to an accident tying up the left lane. In Hudson County, southbound on routes 1 and 9, you're bumper to bumper from Route 3 to Tunnelly Circle, where only the left lane's open. That's due to an accident and fuel spill. And in New Brunswick, northbound on Route 18, you're heavy and slow moving from Paulus Boulevard through Clifton Avenue due to right lane repairs on a water main break. In Nassau County, westbound Jericho Turnpike remains closed at Woodbury Road due to an accident investigation, but the eastbound side has been reopened. The iWeather update, mostly sunny and mild today, the high in the low 70s. Tonight, partly cloudy and 55.
Jesus, God.
At the moment, 53 degrees and partly sunny.
240 calories in this yogurt.
What kind of yogurt is it?
It's Dannon.
Not fat-free, though.
God, I guess not. If there's 240 calories in a thing of yogurt, what is that all about?
Well, it's not fat-free. Man.
All right, it's 12 minutes till the hour, and I am Imus in the morning, and Nikki's here. Nikki works. What do you do at the radio station?
I'm a sales assistant.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good.
What's kicking chicken?
Yeah.
What is kicking chicken?
You know what I'm saying?
What is your last name, Nikki?
Love.
Nikki Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right now.
Bring it on.
One love, yo.
Yeah.
So B.B. King was here yesterday.
Yeah, I met him for the first time. He's a great guy.
Isn't he a nice guy?
He's a great guy.
Have you read his book?
I'm just getting started.
I'm going to tell you now, and I know they get sick of me talking about this. This is a fabulous book. I mean, fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's first of all, it's one of us about an American icon.
Right.
But it is about, it's a great American story about a guy who came out of the cotton fields in the Mississippi Delta and is now a millionaire flying around his own plane,
All right.
playing the guitar, singing the blues.
Getting paid like Oprah, Nikki Love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, B.B. writes in his book, did you know him before yesterday?
Actually, he's really good friends with my parents.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I've seen him once before in concert. Like a few times we go backstage, but it's younger. So that's why yesterday I wanted to make sure I say hi to him.
Right.
He's good friends with my mom and my dad.
Oh, he is? Because B.B. has an eye for, you understand what I'm saying?
So I've heard.
Well, I mean, by his own admission. So
It's in the book.
it's in the book.
Well, I don't know that side of him.
Pardon me?
I don't know that side of him.
He even talks about having been involved in these orgies. I mean, could you, in your mind, could you picture B.B. King naked in a pile with a bunch of other people? I mean, I just...
She might not have to. He plays the cards, right? He's doing some fertilizing, yo.
So I guess my question is, did B.B. hit on you yesterday?
No, he did not. He did
didn't?
invite me out to his house in Vegas.
Done.
He didn't hit on
He likes it raw, Nikki.
Case closed.
He didn't hit on you, but he invited you to his house in
And I
Vegas?
accepted his invitation.
Oh, well.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
baby.
My God.
No, you didn't.
I did. He knew that last year sometime I was supposed to stay at his house out in Vegas, but I went to stay at the Luxor with my friend.
BB.
That's where the action was.
May I ask you a personal question?
Okay, Mr. Imus.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
So you're a child.
It's a fine-looking ebony queen.
grown
You're
woman.
Well, okay. But, I mean, you're young. 27 is...
Yeah.
I mean, I have children older than you are.
Yeah.
I know that, yeah.
I have a wife as young as you are.
And my wife's about your age.
Yeah.
My wife is about,
And she's a girl woman too, right?
Yes, she is. She's got little dolls at home she plays
Sure.
with.
Got a little B.B. King doll.
When are you going to BB's condo out in Vegas?
Probably in the spring.
Now, have there been definite plans made?
When that sap's rising, baby.
There haven't
No,
been
but
any.
that's the next time I plan to go to Las Vegas. So if
Okay.
I don't stay with him, I'll make sure I go see him.
He'll sit on his throne, yo.
But shut up, Bernard. Well, I thought this sounds to me like, I mean, he said he invited you out. Did he discuss plane fare or anything like that? Or
No, he didn't. He said to just make sure I get in contact with him.
Yeah, you damn snappy.
Yeah, absolutely.
well, of course, now BB's on the road he's cut back a little bit now.
Well, he sure
He
has.
doesn't have to work all the time.
Right.
But he loves doing it. In fact, he writes in his book, he's much like Willie Nelson, about how he loves being on the road.
Yeah.
In fact, prefers that. He used to have a big house in Vegas,
Yeah.
and he sold that. And now he's got a condo's nice. I mean, he's not living in some dump,
Hardly.
but he's only there, just seldom there. So,
He's there enough.
why he's going to be there, I guess, when you get there.
Don't be
huh?
there for Miss Love.
Yeah.
So he did hit on you.
Funkmaster
He
flexing
did
going
not hit on me.
If he invites you to his condo in Las
It
Vegas,
was a friendly lovely gesture. He was
Oh,
being a gentleman.
Oh, man. She's too good to be true.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're really.
BB can't wait.
Hey, you know, one time Lawrence Taylor, the football player, was here. And who was it Lawrence hit on?
Might have been Nikki Love.
No, it wasn't Nikki. It was somebody. It was a woman who was a receptionist. And I didn't realize that I didn't realize that Lawrence was married. So they went out. That night, right?
Sure. Get out, get saucy.
Lawrence took her to some movie or something, and there wasn't 5 minutes into the movie, and he was kissing on her.
They were making it bounce.
Yeah.
You guys stop.
And so then I'm talking about it on the radio, and he remember that?
Oh, I forgot that. Yes, I do remember.
And I didn't. I had no idea Lawrence Taylor was married. B.B. King is not married.
Yeah,
so,
that I know.
okay. But he's 71, Nikki.
That's
And
perfect.
really good looking for 71.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good looking man. He's attractive.
And
He
getting
is
paid.
You know, in fact, B.B. is a pilot. Were you aware of that?
No.
Yeah, he flies his own plane. I mean, he doesn't anymore, but he used to.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
he'd like
Oh,
to
he's a-
drive you, though.
You got
He's
dual controls. I know that.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's because everybody told me that when B.B. saw you,
Yes.
that the man is just he didn't want to talk to anybody else at the radio station. Well, if you go out there, maybe we can get you to report back on
You know that I will.
if the thrill is gone or not. You know what I'm saying. Look who's here, Mr. B.B. King.
Good morning.
How are you, Miss King?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
There's two Sonny Boy Williamsons, right?
Yes.
Well, they were.
The latter one, he was, I think, even older than the first one.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
You know what happens? It's just like you. You got a lot of guys mimic you.
Yeah.
And that's, I remember watching one of your shows where you was talking about the First Lady.
We don't need to get into that, do we, Mr. King?
Well, I was just letting you know that I watched the show.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Did you try to copy T-Bone Walker when you started?
Yes. If I'd have been a girl, I would have tried to marry him.
Well, you tried to marry everybody else, Mr. King.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFA.
WTEM Radio here in Washington will match the total amount and make an equal contribution to the CJ Foundation for SIDS, care of the Don Imus Pediatric Center, which is located in Hackensack, New Jersey. Clarence Page is a Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for the Chicago Tribune. He is a frequent contributor to the NewsHour with Jim Lehrer. Is the author most recently of Showing My Color, Impolite Essays on Race and Identity, published by HarperCollins, and he is here now with us. Clarence Page.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to tell you, I'm delighted to be here, and it is a tribute to our friendship that you got me up at this hour. But you can see how tired I am. I forgot to bring a copy of the book. Now, how tired is that? Imagine a copy of the book right here in my hand, ladies and gentlemen.
So how are you?
Hey, I'm fine for a Monday morning. It's great. How are you?
Pretty good.
You like it here in the Beltway?
This is the first time I've been back since the
Civil War.
unfortunate incident here a couple months ago. So.
What would that have been, I-Man?
Don, I thought you were passing out copies of the text here as I was coming in. But I want to tell you, you're okay in my book. I can't speak for the Clintons, but you're great with me.
At least I haven't started to sweat yet. So
I feel like you see what happens when you bring journalists on. I start interviewing you. So how'd you get started in this business?
How's it working out for you?
It's working out pretty good.
Think you might make a career out of it?
Have you decided who you're going to vote for?
Yes.
And
Well, you expect me to tell you?
well, yeah, you might.
No, I'm like Will Rogers. He said I never vote. It only encourages them.
David Broder wrote about Bob Dole yesterday in the Washington Post that he knew him as a far kinder person, a far better politician, and a far more gifted public servant than the man most Americans saw on their television screens as the 1996 Republican nominee. Do you think that's the case? And if it is the case, and assuming he loses, what do you suppose happened?
Well, assuming Bob Dole loses, I know it's kind of a stretch, but let's try to imagine. I fully agree. I have known Bob Dole behind the scenes, and I was truly surprised, amazed, and gratified by how warm and witty and what a really humanitarian guy he is. Let's remember, part of his problem is that he spent his whole career being a man who was out to build compromise, to build consensus between people. These days, presidential politics are so polarized that you've got to be some kind of a bad dude out there and take as extreme of a position as possible in order to survive on the campaign circuit. I think Bob Dole has done a wonderful campaign, Don. It's going to surprise you, but I think it was a great campaign for 1956.
Before his big idol's Eisenhower. So
well, there you go. I mean, this is the television era. Bill Clinton is TV friendly. He knows how to deal with that medium. Bob Dole has not been one who performed best out there on the air. And maybe he'll become a radio talk show host after he finishes. I don't know.
There's somebody, I forget whose column it was. It could have been David Broder's column, and perhaps it was somebody else. Suggested that...
Glad to see you're reading, Don. That's great.
that there might be a place in the Clinton administration for Bob Dole. I mean, I realize we've already conceded the election to the president, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that he's going to win.
There is. Let us plug into the conventional wisdom here in Washington now. Now, the grapevine, the ground is rumbling with the suggestion that Bill Clinton might put Bob Dole in charge of an entitlements commission, which would look at Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all of the programs, even Medicaid, until the Gingrich Congress took over, a lot of folks thought Medicaid was just for poor people. But it turns out that Medicaid, most of the money goes to keep the parents of the middle class in nursing homes. It's a big middle class entitlement as well. And all these programs are in financial trouble for the future, and Dole will be a great guy to head such a commission.
It is 26 till the hour, and we're talking with Clarence Page from the Chicago Tribune. Is your book still available, right?
You better believe it. And coming out in paperback, not too soon, though. We're going to rush right out now, folks, and get it in hardback, I guess.
It actually is it's actually one of the books I read, and it's a wonderful collection of essays on race and identity. And in this...
Thank you. By the way, Don, you had the best line of anybody. Those of you who heard the show that day, Don said it was an elegant collection of essays on race that won't scare white folks to death. How about that? I have suggested we put that on the cover of the paperback when it comes out. I hope you don't mind.
But there has not been a lot of talk in this campaign from either candidate directed specifically at African Americans, has there?
No, not specifically. Although, if you go into the black community, listen to black talk radio, listen to media directed at black audiences, and you'll hear the Clinton campaign has been very adept at pushing ads that say, vote for Bill Clinton, he's on our side. That sort of targeted traditional advertising is still evident. But in the mainstream media, in the mainstream campaign, race has been pushed just below the surface. No Willie Hortons this year, no welfare queens, but there is Prop 209 out in California, of course, keeping the affirmative action issue out there.
But what there hasn't... and there hasn't been, just speaking of the campaign, there hasn't been any, I was just thinking about this last night, there's no big clip that they're going to be running from either any of the debates, or aside from Bob Dole falling off the stage there in Chico, California, but there hasn't been any no defining moment from this campaign from either candidate, has there? About anything?
I thought Bob Dole doing the Macarena, Al Gore doing the Macarena, although Bob Dole doesn't do a bad one either. But Al Gore doing the Macarena was certainly a big moment. I just stepped on my own punchline. See what happens to come out in an hour like this.
It's 24 till the hour here at the Imus Morning Program, and we are in Washington, D.C. Actually, I guess we're in Arlington, Virginia, at the Pentagon City Mall, broadcasting on WPEM radio. We're talking with Clarence Page from the Chicago Tribune. I hate to keep quoting. I'm just thinking about it. I'm talking to Clarence Page, who, after all, won a Pulitzer Prize-winning column. Yeah. And I'm quoting David Broder here this morning. But I mean,
that's okay. David's one of my role models.
But he also had a column the other day, almost in concert with the things that Ross Perot's been screaming about a second Clinton term. Being almost like a second Nixon term in terms of all of these various scandals and stuff. Does that make any sense to you? Do you think either David Broder or Ross Perot are right?
You know, we're at the third-rate burglary stage of the Clinton scandals right now, you know, which doesn't bode that great. But let's remember that Nixon got in trouble not for the initial scandal, but for the cover-up. If the Clinton folks and the Democratic Party behave properly, there's no reason for these scandals to escalate. But there's no question, though, right now, before tomorrow, before Election Day, this latest wave of scandals or whatever you want to call it, controversies in regard to the foreign campaign donations coming in. This has had resonance. At the same time, Ross Perot last week was saying, we're in for another Watergate, folks. You can see it happening right here. We can get under the hood and fix it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do my Ross Perot imitation. I've been trying to work that into the conversation here all morning. But, you know, Perot's numbers have gone up in the last few days, and it seems to be coming from Clinton. You know, I thought the best line in regard to this controversy over John Wong, you know, how many visits he's made to the White House. Seems like each day the number of visits escalates. We're somewhere around 90 now. Yeah. Now the administration says there are 2 John Wongs.
That's just what I thought Chris Dodson yesterday.
And, you know, apparently there's a John Wong who works for
the Vice President,
Al Gore. And another commentator, you know, Dan Shore over at NPR, I thought put it best when he said, 2 Wongs don't make a right.
Didn't he say that?
That's terrific.
By the way, Don, speaking of PBS, I've been asked to pass this on to you, a gift from Public Broadcasting System for knowing which one was McNeil and which one was Lair. I just want you to have this, please.
You know, I actually, we were talking about this in the air, and I'm being absolutely sincere. I actually, when Robert McNeil, when his last broadcast,
right?
I actually got I got a little choked up. I mean, it was a very. Did you see it? It was
fabulous. Pass the hankies, please, right up the front.
That's terrible. I didn't weep, but I mean,
yes, you did.
A lot of us got all misty, though. Really, you know, Robin
he did
was.
He wept.
So I'm not surprised.
When David Brinkley retires this Sunday, I may be hospitalized on Monday.
An IV drip
is a gun.
I'm with you, Don. You know, I know you're too young to remember, but back when Brinkley got started, you know, that was what inspired me to get into this business. There's no question about it. Back there, you know, the old Huntley-Brinkley report. I know you read about it in your history books. back in that decade called the 60s that some of us can't forget.
David Brinkley, by the way, has a new book out that is called "You're Entitled to My Opinion." Everybody's entitled to my opinion. Well, I don't have it here with me, and he'll be on a week from today.
You're going to be quizzed on this, you know.
Yeah, but it's a collection of those closing comments that he does. It's a collection of those over the past 15 years. It's wonderful. Let's talk a little bit about the senator. 34 seats are up. 19 are now held by Republicans. 14 are open. 8 Democratic and 6 Republican. How is that going to go? Republicans retain control of the Senate, or?
I think Republicans are going to hold control of the Senate and possibly lose the House. I felt more confident of that prediction a week ago before all these new John Wong stories and Nippo, et cetera, because this has caused the administration. I mean, this is really hit not so much Clinton as Democrats in general, because we're talking about the whole soft money transaction, the whole way soft money gets just transferred through the parties because you can't contribute more than $1,000 per individual directly to the candidates. It's just caused a cloud of bad feelings to come out over the whole political process here late in the day at a time when Democrats really needed to get some traction.
But would that make people decide, say, for example, to vote for John Kerry over Bill Weld in Massachusetts?
No, I don't think. Well, you know, as that great Massachusetts Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill, said, you know, all politics is local.
Yeah.
And there's no question that in a case like Kerry and Weld, Massachusetts voters have 2 good choices there, whichever one they want to go with. The chances are they'll stick with the horse they rode in on, John Kerry. But in a lot of these really close races where last-minute decisions by a sizable chunk of voters, 10% of the voters, can really make a difference, that's where I think you're going to see Democrats at the last minute penalized.
Well, but again, I mean, I'm just wondering if this fundraising scandal, if you can call it that, if it really resonates with people. I mean, if it makes them change their vote. Do you think it does? Or?
It's that old drip, drip, drip phenomenon. I know you've heard that before. You know, this water torture that constantly comes down on the political process. it was this type of water torture in '94 that led to this massive Republican sweep of both houses. Now, that was the angry white male election. Remember them, Don?
Sure.
This is, well, the angry white males aren't as angry anymore. They got the big sweeping change they wanted. Utopia didn't arrive. And Americans don't really like to have too much change all at once. So that's kind of been placated. And Dole and Clinton, for example, now among white males, they're closer to 50-50 than a couple of years ago. Now it's soccer moms. It is female voters now who are turning out in big numbers as far as the pollsters are concerned. But that may have peaked a month ago. Now it's Democrats who've been enjoying this surge who might be the ones hurt here at the last minute.
We're talking with Clarence Page from the Chicago Tribune. You want to hang out a minute? We'll talk a little bit.
I'd be delighted.
It's very scary. Scary. I don't know. It's like you're doing the Grand Ole Opry.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to live radio.
All right, here now the Bell Lighting 90s Rebel Fan Highway Patrol in the New York weather with that Lloyd McNichol. Good morning, Miss McNichol. Did you hook up with anybody from Delbert Clinton's band?
No, but they were a terrific band. And Fred was a big hit with the ladies. I was hearing about it all the way back to New York.
Oh, you were?
Mm-hmm.
My brother was almost a hit of the Hate Radio Rodeo, wasn't he?
He really was. Oh, my gosh. Dancing with everyone, laughing with everyone.
I'll be darned.
Try to hose everyone.
So you didn't hook up with a trumpet player from Delbert's band or anything?
No, I think he has a girlfriend now.
Why is it I don't believe you, Lauren?
It's true.
All right, we'll do the cars.
All right, well, if you're traveling on the Hutch, the right lane and
this is
shoulder
like
are
being on a
closed just
boat.
past and right on the throughway due to an accident. This report's brought to you by Crystal Clear Amoco Ultimate for cars that benefit from premium gasoline. Amoco Ultimate. You expect more from a leader. I'm Lauren McNichol from Beltline Technonics, Mobile Fan Highway Patrol.
Do you think you could keep from running back and forth across the place like a little gerbil? All right, I am Imus in the morning, and we are here at the Pentagon City Mall in Washington, D.C. on WTEM Radio. And we're talking with Clarence Page from the Chicago Tribune. Clarence,
Broadcasting from a trampoline up here.
Yeah, the man is just like being on a boat.
A waterbed.
Now, of course, there's an area right over here that would have made eminent sense to set all this up and broadcast from, wouldn't it? But it made too much sense.
Absolutely.
They did that for the coffee in Danish.
Yeah, exactly. But the coffee there, and it's just idiotic. Anyway, Mr. Page's most recent book is Showing My Color, Impolite Essays on Race and Identity. Essays that will not scare white people is the way I've described it, and Mr. Page reminded me of that.
In your 4-star review, thank you very much.
Yes, it's published by HarperCollins. Well, you did say you thought the Republicans would retain control of the Senate, but you thought the Democrats might regain control of the House. How will that happen, do you suppose, in the House?
Simply, you mean how might this happen?
Yeah.
Simply because so many of those seats were seats taken over 2 years ago by Republicans in this big show of rage, which has subsided considerably. Right.
Yeah.
The big question, Don, is especially in the South. You have a lot of districts that are currently held by Democrats who are not coming back, and partly because their constituencies have become so heavily Republican. So that's a real question mark, and we'll see what happens. If it does happen, however, you'll see Dick Gephardt become new Speaker of the House, and Charlie Rangel from New York, there becoming Chairman of House Ways and Means, following Dan Rostenkowski's tradition.
Here's what. Let's hope not all.
Let's
the
hope
way.
not all the way.
What we are praying for, we have conceded on this program, which we tend to try to be fair, but and to provide points of view from both sides. We have conceded now a Clinton victory, but we are praying for that the Republicans retain majorities in both houses, simply so we'll have hearings to watch for the next couple of years.
That's spoken like a real journalist there, Don.
But we have no agenda.
We always vote our interest, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, all we care about is great television, you know.
Absolutely.
Have you followed that race in North Carolina with Strom Thurmond and Harvey Gantt? Not the Jesse Helms, I'm sorry.
I know it's hard to tell Strom Thurmond and
It
Jesse
is,
Helms
Al.
apart, but one is North Carolina, one's now South Carolina. It's kind of like McNeil and Lair. Okay? But that's going to be interesting because like 6 years ago, I think this race is being decided in the final weekend. The attack ads going back and forth have been fierce. Jesse Helms trying to bring out his base constituency out there in the caves somewhere. And did I say that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm a pundit, ladies and gentlemen. I speak my mind and I get paid for it. What a wonderful job. And Harvey Gantt, though, got off to a slow start with this campaign. I thought he would have been doing a lot better by now. So it's going to be a horse race.
But I read actually, I guess yesterday in the Washington Post, I guess I forget who it was now, but somebody actually predicting that Mr. Gantt could win that. So.
Oh yes. What's really notable about North Carolina is that it is a cosmopolitan state. Lots of college towns, lots of thriving industrialized areas. A progressive state with a lot of voters who are embarrassed by Jesse Helms because of his extremism, and it's also a lot of people would love to make a statement of sending a black senator from a southern state.
Did you, throughout the entire campaign, did you find yourself writing a lot about it, a little about it, or?
Not that much, you know. I tried to avoid it. I think mainly because I've not found it to be something that resonated that much with the public. Not like it did back during those good old Cold War days, Don, you know. I mean, remember back when our number one question about a candidate was, would you want him near the button? You know, back in Ross Perot never would have got anywhere in those days. But nowadays, I think this weekend more people are interested in Michael Jackson's new adoption here than care about the election.
Well, I guess people just generally, even in this city, are just relieved that it's over.
Yeah,
seems to be almost a consensus.
And maybe, Stephen Ambrose, that noted historian, has said that maybe this is the post-Cold War America, that the presidency isn't that important, that Congress is more important. That's the way the framers planned it. They didn't want the president to have all that much importance as this country went through changing times. And maybe now's the time to bring the politics back locally to the people, to the states.
So watching this thing, I mean, we'll all watch it on television Tuesday night. There could be some excitement. I think it's pretty clear how the president's going to go.
You're right.
But with the House,
there's going to be a lot of excitement over the House and Senate races, no question about it.
And of course, I've endorsed John Kerry.
Yes.
And
Robert Torricelli.
Good guys.
And if Torricelli's the worst. He's absolutely the worst. He's as close to being a crook without being in jail as you can possibly be. But I endorsed him because somebody from the other guy's staff, Zimmer's staff, turned on my computer and wasn't supposed to.
Absolutely.
I go back in my office and somebody from Zimmer's staff is logging on the net on my computer, and they're just supposed to wait in my office until they come on the program. So on that basis, I endorsed Torricelli. So if they win, I come up big. So and if they don't, I'm right. Because last time I endorsed Mario Cuomo in New York, and of course he lost.
Oh yes, the great Governor Cuomo. Right?
Yeah, and I endorsed
Jim Florio
against Governor Whitman. I lost that one. So
you're batting really great, Don. If I ever run for office, do me a favor, don't endorse me.
Kiss of death.
Anyway, Mr.
What was it? Lyndon Johnson once said, "I'll work for you or against you, whichever does you the most good."
Well, as a matter of fact, in the
Imus in the morning.
And we are broadcasting live from the Pentagon City Mall in Arlington, Virginia, on WTEM, which is a Sports Radio 570 in Washington, D.C. It's time for the local news. We'll get to the national news. Who's going to be on all that stuff in just a second. But first, with the local stuff for the New York City area, here's Charles McCoy. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, I-Man. And first of all, the headline stories that we're going to have more about in just a couple of minutes. A pre-dawn rally in Phoenix is Bob Dole's next appearance on his final full day on the campaign trail. Dole appears in a half dozen states today. His round-the-clock campaign diet, no caffeine or sugar, fruit, cheese, and crackers, put together by his former Senate Chief of Staff, Sheila Burke, who is a former nurse. President Clinton had an after-midnight campaign rally this morning.
Hopefully she kept that RN card or whatever they have up to date.
I'm sure she did.
Oh, yeah.
He starts the day in Manchester, New Hampshire, Mr. Clinton. From there, the president heads to Kentucky, Iowa, and South Dakota before winding up in his hometown of Little Rock, Arkansas, to await election results. Reform Party candidate Ross Perot is spending $2 million on 4 half-hour infomercials, all of which will be airing today. A couple on ABC, one each then on CBS and NBC. And the Democratic National Committee co-chair, Senator Chris Dodd, tells Tim Russert on Meet the Press yesterday that Whitewater Independent Counsel Ken Starr has, quote, crossed the line politically, and some serious suspicions have been raised about Starr's independence. Locally, hold your nose and vote, as the headline goes, and should recent polls prove accurate, New Yorkers could see the biggest electoral landslide in the state for a presidential race since 1964, when Democrat incumbent Lyndon Johnson took 67% of the New York vote to less than 31% for Republican challenger Barry Goldwater. 2 independent polls give President Clinton leads ranging from anywhere from 33 to 34 percentage points right now over Bob Dole in the state of New York, where the Republican Party chairman, Bill Powers, says he does not believe the gap will be that large, predicting it will only be in the single digits.
The Imus Morning Business Report, sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange today. 2 companies will list on the New York Stock Exchange. Cognizant is a spinoff of a New York Stock Exchange-listed Dun & Bradstreet, and Technotrol transfers from the American Stock Exchange. It would be helpful if these companies who are doing business on the exchange would come up with names that would be easy for the I-man to pronounce. But, well, I don't have any business report because I was fooling around doing something else.
Well, you don't have to have one.
No, but
you're the I-man.
Yeah. Well, our business report could be why anybody who could afford to, or any company who flies a lot of people around places, would not make a deal with Executive Jet and fly in one of those Gulfstream 4s all over the country. I mean,
it is a total mystery. I don't understand why anybody would consider anything short of that.
Now, I know this will sound like, maybe the I-man's got some sort of deal he's trying to work with the people at Executive Jet, so...
Doesn't sound that way to me.
I don't have to pay for the flights from now on, but...
I can't believe that.
But, man, they ain't no other way to go. Anyway, the business report sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. It is because you don't have some towelhead at an airport going through your luggage. That's basically what it is. You want to take a gun on board, you take it on board.
Sure, that's Executive Jet.
That's exactly right. You want to take your dog with you, you just get on the plane.
A subsidiary of NetJet, I believe.
Exactly. You're not sitting next to some moron, reading a Dean Koontz book. Anyway, it's 3 after the hour, and we're in D.C.
Daddy?
I have your son. Give me $2 million.
Mel Gibson.
No ransom will ever be paid for my son.
Rene Russo.
Tell him that you were wrong.
You think I wouldn't do absolutely everything to get him back? Gary Sinise.
What's that?
Delroy Lindo.
The only priority is getting your boy back.
In a Ron Howard film.
Hello!
On November 8th. Someone is going to pay.
Give me back my son!
Ransom. Rated R.
Had enough of high credit card rates? You know, the average American pays about 17%. But you're not average. You deserve better. You pay all your bills on time. You deserve to pay less. Now that's more like it. A 7.9% Visa card from a bank you know. Chase Manhattan. Call 1-800-269-5000 to apply for the card that's going to save you money. You can transfer your high-interest balances, and you don't pay an annual fee. So come on, call and apply for a Chase Visa with a fixed 7.9% rate until June 1997. Because credit like yours deserves an interest rate like ours. The 7.9% Chase Visa. Anything more is just too much. 1-800-269-5000.
The Wall Street Journal keeps you on the cutting edge with news and insights that can affect you personally and professionally. Subscribe now and have the Journal delivered to your home or office. And with your paid subscription, you'll also receive our free personal finance software to help you make smart decisions. Get 10 weeks of the Journal and the software for only $3.80 a week. Call now, 800-952-2626. That's 800-952-2626 for the Wall Street Journal.
City Mall, broadcasting on WTEM Radio, Sports Radio 570. And the folks responsible for bringing us to Washington, D.C. are Virgin Atlantic Airways, Errol's Unlimited Internet, Rosenthal Jeep Eagle, the Tobacco Barn, Tyson's Corner Nissan Mazda, the American Automobile Manufacturers Association, Aurora Pens, Automated Equipment Sales, and Royal Formal Wear. And also our visit here is sponsored by Norelco. Anything closer could be too close for comfort. Coming up here in just a little bit, Tim Russert, who is the Washington Bureau Chief for NBC News and a host of Meet the Press. And then a little later this morning, Mary Madeline and James Carville, who we will get here and poke like a couple of ferrets in a cage in an effort to get them to fight with each other.
Snarling.
That's our only interest is just to, is to cause them to... is to get them here and to make them bicker.
Absolutely.
And so they're seething, and so they leave and they go up the escalator screaming at each other.
Looking for a lawyer.
That's our only goal.
Yep.
And then in the final hour of the program, Bob Schieffer from Face the Nation. The Imus in the Morning program is syndicated by Westwood One Entertainment around the country, and we are simulcast on MSNBC from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time across the country, and we are on MSNBC this morning live from the Pentagon City Mall. All right, time now for the national news. And here with all that stuff is Charles McCord. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, I-Man. Cover story, middle of USA Today this morning. Headline, into the stretch, I-Man. The president and Republican challenger Bob Dole keeping a frenetic campaign pace with two goals: to increase voter turnout tomorrow and to help their parties win control of Congress. At least half of the 34 Senate races are too close to call. 6 House races are going down to the wire. Pollsters said Republicans have drawn closer in a number of races. However, the latest USA Today CNN Gallup poll shows likely voters leaning toward the Democratic Party in congressional districts. The poll, a national sample in USA Today this morning, shows 51% would vote Democratic in their congressional race. 43% said they would vote Republican. Bob Dole, horse. Voice cracking, talking about horses as he told supporters in California the presidential race is getting tighter.
The polls are closing all across America. This is a horse race. And in this horse race, you have a show horse and you have a workhorse. And I'm the workhorse. And I will work, and I will work, and I will work.
And I will work. Latest CBS News New York Times survey, though, finds Mr. Dole 18 points behind, with experts saying the GOP candidate's attacks on the president's ethics have actually worked against him rather than in his favor. Dole's former Senate Chief of Staff, Sheila Burke, also a former nurse, has put together what the Washington Post's reliable source column describes as a strict dietary regimen as Dole continues this big 96-hour campaign blitz.
She's done such a good job with other aspects of the campaign.
Why not feed him?
Yeah. Maybe that's what she should have been doing all along.
She's advised the candidate to drink lots of juice and water, to snack on cheese and crackers and fruit, and avoid caffeine and sugar so that, quote, he doesn't crash. Dole did have what the Post describes as a Bill Clinton moment. He stopped at a Sioux Falls Dairy Queen for a milkshake, saying Sheila's not here. And Dole insists his campaign marathon is going to put him over the top.
We are going to go around the clock until noon on Tuesday, and we are going to make a difference. We are going to prevail because the American people have had enough. They've had enough, and they are going to make a change.
The president, no slouch in the marathon campaign department, spoke to a crowd of about 1,000 folks in Bangor, Maine after midnight this morning and said there's been too much mudslinging in the campaign and he doesn't like it.
One of the more interesting aspects of the opposition's efforts has been their obsession with my wife. Well, I'm obsessed with her too, but in a different way.
Wow. Yeah, right.
What? In an OJ way.
I guess that is open to various interpretations, probably.
Why don't you just do the news? And
well, I just was thinking aloud.
Don't.
The Washington Post, again in the reliable source column, I-Man, reports the president and first lady have another reason to remember the Alamo. As they address thousands of supporters in San Antonio, news photographers spotted a woman in her 30s watching the first couple from a hotel room across the way. Cup of coffee in her hand and not a stitch of clothing on her body.
Yeah.
The Secret Service had asked hotel guests with windows facing the presidential rally there in San Antonio to leave their drapes open and lights on as a security precaution, so she was only following the Secret Service directive. But she was doing it naked.
Yeah. Well.
The president begins his last full day of campaigning today in Manchester, New Hampshire. He'll campaign in 5 states before concluding things in his hometown of Little Rock, where the president and first lady will vote. Reform Party candidate Ross Perot continuing to spend money on television infomercials, $2 million for 4 half hours that will air today, 2 of them on ABC tonight, the others on CBS and NBC.
It's not going to get in the way of Monday Night Football, is it?
Well, we'll have to see.
By the way, congratulations to the Redskins for a fine game yesterday.
Well, what are you going to do? And on NBC's Meet the Press yesterday, Democratic National Committee co-chair Chris Dodd called for campaign finance reform, said Republicans were blowing Indogate and other campaign finance controversies out of all proportion.
We've had over 1 million contributions in this year alone. That's 1 million contributions. Less than 1% have been a problem. No, even 1 is a problem, and you should get it back. But putting some proportionality on this, it seems to me in the last week, is important.
Republican National Committee Chair Haley Barbour said he doesn't favor a ban on so-called soft money campaign contributions to parties by groups or individuals which have been spent on issue advertising targeting particular candidates.
I am against a ban on non-federal contributions, what you call soft money, so long as the unions, under the law, can spend as they are this time over $300 million of union dues money unregulated by the law.
It's really difficult to take anybody seriously. It sounds like Dale Jarrett's pit boss.
A little tough, you're right.
Yeah, we lost in turn 3 there, man. Jesus. And I laughed out loud when Chris Dodd said, well, now we've discovered 2 John Wongs who are going in the White House.
And Daniel Shore saying, but 2 Wongs will make it right. Back to Dodd just for a second on another matter. Dodd suggested that Whitewater Independent Counsel Ken Starr is too political and ought to be replaced. And a big story in the Washington Post this morning on Campaign 96, the headline, Democrats to face years of scrutiny if GOP holds Congress, leaders say. Political leaders predicting yesterday, writes the Post, Susan Schmidt, that if voters return President Clinton to office and a Republican majority to the Congress, the White House will face years of ethics and campaign finance investigations. Also in the headlines, the former emperor of the Central African Republic, a man accused of torturing and from time to time then eating his opponents, has died. The son of Jean Bedel Bokassa tells the BBC his father died of a heart attack Sunday night in the country's capital of Bangui. 75 years old, Mr. Bokassa came to power in a military coup in 1966.
Remember, Idi Amin used to keep pieces of people in the refrigerator.
Well, apparently Mr. Bokassa shared that peculiarity, is that Bokassa was once on trial on charges of murder, torture, and the aforementioned cannibalism.
Like in the veggie tray, you'd have little penises, I guess.
Oh, that's very nice.
I don't know what you would have.
Lady fingers, literally.
Yeah. It's coming up on a quarter after the hour. Tim Russell from Meet the Press. Then a little later this morning, Mary Matlin and James Carville, whose marriage we will attempt to finally ruin here in the program. And then a little later this morning, Bob Schieffer, who is the host of Face the Nation and the chief Washington correspondent for CBS News. All that coming up. All right, here now with observation and comment on headline issues of the day. From the hood, Imus and Washington, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yo, according to the National Enquirer, which if you ask me is the real paper of record when you're dealing with this campaign, Bob Dole got a skeleton in his closet, and I do mean skeleton. Some 63-year-old hoe who says she had an affair with the senator back in the days. Do I smell a scandal, or finally something that can humanize Ice D enough to turn his pose around? Know what I'm saying? As the Republican campaign continues to meander, allegations Bobby D, he too did philander. Back in 1968 when Bubba was busy not inhaling, Dole had a dime on the side he was nailing. What's my name? Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yo, Bobby, is that a pen in your hand, or are you just happy to see me? Unfortunately, Unfortunately, this tribute to Dole's manhood comes too damn late for it to do him any good. Think this'll make people not want to respect him? Nah, it's just another reason why you should elect him. What's my name? Yo, Bobby, sound like you was getting busy in that basement. I was getting worried about you, boy. Cause he may not have the moves or the manly physique, but he got what it takes to get down with a freak. It's comforting to know that even with an antique, the spirit is willing, though the flesh is weak. What's my name? Yeah, Bobby, I didn't think you had it in you, but obviously you had it in somebody.
My brother shoots photographs with Nikon cameras. Of course, some people haven't seen your picture of the Durango Silverton train, have they?
I took that same picture.
Where is it?
See, you told me to use a 24mm lens because I'd never used one before, and you said they worked great.
Yeah.
Well, the train looked like an ant.
My brother used a 24mm, which is a wide-angle lens.
Yes.
And I used the 300.
You're listening to The Dark Room here on MSNBC.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Reuters tracking poll shows Dole has narrowed Clinton's lead to 7.7 percentage points from 10 points on Wednesday.
Getting better all the time out there. People here in California?
No, Arizona.
Whatever the hell it is. Listen, I got 3 days ago. Don't give me that crap, Art. Doesn't matter where the hell I'm at. People are with me, right? All right. We're gonna kick this McGovern's ass. I'll tell you that right now.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFA.
It's time to get connected. It's time to get connected.
My son insisted we try America Online. I said, what's in it for us? Now I know better. America Online makes our lives easier. It saves time and money, too. Look, I'll show you.
You've got mail.
My wife's family is all over the map. Big phone bills. Now she uses email. Just point, click. She says it's a great way to keep in touch. I don't mind saving for retirement anymore. I can research mutual funds, chart all my stocks, and do my banking all from home anytime I want. Now I have more time for family fun, like playing computer games. We download all our favorites and get a teacher's help with homework. No wonder the kids area earned the Parents' Choice seal of approval. I used to be intimidated by the internet and the World Wide Web, but thanks to America Online's great new web browser, I'm right at home. And there's more. Scan hundreds of magazines, get sports scores, enjoy hobbies, even shop online. So call this toll-free number and get everything you need to make your life easier and more fun.
Call 1-800-521-7200 for your free startup kit and 50 free hours.
Tonight on the site, they work long hours for low pay. Are today's young computer programmers being exploited in digital sweatshops? Tonight at 10 Eastern on MSNBC.
What are your business choices in China? What products are selling in Singapore? Who's changing jobs in Japan? How is trade in Taiwan? Only the Asian Wall Street Journal Weekly gives you the information you need to make the most of new opportunities in the Far East. Whether you're interested in buying, selling, investing, manufacturing, banking, or any other business, the Asian Weekly brings you the facts. You'll get news of labor markets, money markets, and trade trends, analyses of Asian politics and corporate data that could affect your interests, and coverage of investment markets and stock quotations. You'll be well informed every week with the Asian Wall Street Journal Weekly. Subscribe now at the introductory rate. You'll receive 13 issues for only $71.
Subscribe now at the introductory rate. You'll receive 13 issues for only $71. Call toll free 800-952-2626. That's 800-952-2626.
Approaching 34th Street due to a stall blocking off a lane. In Westchester, the southbound Taconic is jamming at Route 202 due to a collision, and the southbound New York State Thruway's bumper-to-bumper makes it 13 Palisades Parkway onto the Tappan Zee Bridge. Grand Central is moving smoothly through Queens. F trains are on or close to schedule, and you've got a 30-minute backup at the Holland, 25 at the inbound Lincoln, and 20 at the inbound George Washington Bridge. Yeah, weather mostly sunny and clear today. The high in the mid-50s tonight, clear. Low getting down to the mid-30s, and right now 39 degrees and sunny. This report's brought 37th and 6th, 51st and 3rd and 33rd and 7th. See Thursday's New York Times for the grand opening activities. I'm Lori McNichol for the Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile Fan Highway Patrol.
And now, Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports with Mark Green.
Redskins go down in Buffalo. Good morning. Mike Brain with sports. Washington Redskins 7-game win streak ending yesterday in Buffalo. Bills scalping them 38-13. A rough afternoon for quarterback Gus Frerotte. But despite his struggles, Coach Norv Turner says Frerotte is still his starting QB.
He knows the system as few do. He knows what's wrong with it.
And he'll try and work that out next week when the Skins will try to get back on the winning track. One of the surprises of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Cowboys in Dallas in a very tough physical game. In fact, Cowboys coach Barry Switzer accused the Eagles of playing dirty. Switzer says the Eagles pull out all stops for a victory.
They will do anything to win. Anything to win.
Cowboys now fall to 5-4 after a discouraging loss. Of course, a rough weekend for the state of Arizona. First, the people still recovering from the invasion of riffraff in town to attend the Hate Radio Rodeo. Then their Cardinals lose to the Giants 16-8. Of course, the I-Man and his crew now in Washington, D.C. It's the first visit ever to the nation's capital for the I-Man's wife, Deidre Coleman, who said she was amazed at the size of the Washington Monument.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh.
More sightseeing planned today for the I-Man and his young wife. And the New York City Marathon winner for the women, Anuta Katuna of Romania. She finished in 2 hours, 28 minutes, 18 seconds. In second place for the women, American Laura Ingram, although race officials are now investigating that Ms. Ingram changed like Rosie Ruiz, took a New York City subway in the middle of the race and then suddenly appeared by Central Park in order to finish in the money. And that's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
It is 24 after the hour, and we are here in Washington, D.C. on WTEM Sports Radio 570. And we are on a stage for some inexplicable reason that moves with...
very disconcerting. You're right.
I could spend the next 10 minutes bitching about everything, but what would be the point?
Well, it would be something that we would anticipate having listened to the Imus in the Morning program for years that you might do, but no point.
I think I've grown.
No, you haven't.
I haven't.
Not at all.
No. Well, no, I guess I haven't. No. So Lupica, Mike Lupica, the sports writer, has a new book out entitled "Mad as Hell."
Yeah.
So I watch him, and he's on ESPN yesterday, and
Replace your old roof now and pay as low as $96 a month. Don't wait. Your Sears authorized installed roofing professional says buy it now before the busy season starts and choose your favorite roofing style with no money down and payments as low as $96 a month. It's our most affordable roofing option. Call this number now and have a Sears authorized roofing expert provide you with a free in-home estimate. We're America's largest roofing installer. We do all the prep work and leave you with a beautiful, durable new roof. You'll get satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call today and take advantage of no money down and pay as low as $96 a month. This may be the perfect plan for your needs. So call your Sears authorized installation professional right now. For installed roofing, gutters, doors, and fencing, call this 800 number right now. Improving your life by improving your home.
The shirt he was wearing and the tie, and let them promote his book.
Almost as though he was flouting the I-Man and your loyalty to him.
So it didn't start off well. But then it picked up when we got to Chris Dodd trying to worm his way out of, sleazy campaign contributions.
That's true.
Anyway, 26 after the hour. Tim Rustin from Meet the Press coming up.
Need one.
And what?
Kennedy and Johnson proved it was better not to have one.
Right.
Nixon killed the presidency, and Ford embalmed it, and Jimmy Carter buried it.
And what else happened?
And Ronald was proving there's life after death.
Right.
And I think Bush, you'll have to say, is an incarnation, a reincarnation or something, I don't know, or someone.
Or whatever. At Staples, the office Superstore. You'll find everything you need to get your business up and running, from PCs and printers to software and computer furniture. Staples has it all. For example, a compact multimedia computer. It has expandable memory, so you can add even more memory without having to upgrade to a new PC every year. The 16 gigabyte hard drive lets you easily store all your important information. And look at Russert. And software applications with a Hewlett-Packard DeskJet 682C color printer. What an idiot. The latest Hewlett-Packard technology makes printing simple and fast. The O'Sullivan cockpit is a space-saving V-shaped work center that easily fits into the Staples. All right. Don't be left out in the cold this winter, baby. Get simple, worry-free comfort from dealers you can trust, the Bryant heating folks. Call 1-800-HOT-SALE and get connected to the Bryant Premier dealer near you. Bryant Premier dealers are independent businesses that are part of the best-backed, best-trained HVAC dealers.
I used to drink ordinary hot cocoa like Carnation or Swiss Miss. But then I found something smooth and creamy.
Ovaltine Hot.
Creamy because it's made with milk, not water.
Ovaltine Hot.
It's chocolatey, and it's good for me, too.
Ovaltine Hot.
Now, when I want something hot and chocolatey, it's not ordinary hot cocoa. It's Ovaltine Hot.
Drink Ovaltine Hot. Compare it to your hot cocoa and taste the difference.
The National Business Employment Weekly, the only publication that updates you weekly on top jobs available regionally and nationwide. All kinds of jobs, professional, managerial, technical. And you'll learn how to land one of those jobs. Get 8 job-packed issues for just $35. Also get absolutely free the Job Search Guide.
Call 800-952-2626. That's 800-952-2626.
The National Business Employment Weekly. If you're not looking here, you're hardly looking.
Imus in the morning.
Today, and find out how you can turn a wild winter into a mild one. Monthly payments of this zero down $349 Grand Cherokee Laredo lease total $12,564. Acquisition fee of $495 due up front. For details and restrictions to this typical lease and for information about upfront charges and how this payment was figured, y'all call 1-800-768-JEEP. Jeep, a registered trademark of the Chrysler Corporation. Remember, there's only one Jeep, and it's at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer.
For almost 200 years, Americans were united.
All right. I'm Mr. Russell, how are you?
You silly thing.
See what you look like? Do you see what you look
You know, that's a sad thing. He can't see it. He can't see it. He thinks he looks good.
When you see someone walk in like that, you think, Jesus, what an asshole.
What is that? I can't hear it. He's saying you think you look good. Coming up.
Hi, I'm Imus in the morning. It's 31 minutes past the hour, and we are here in Arlington, Virginia at the Pentagon City Mall. And y'all give a nice hand to Tim Russert from NBC.
Hey, I man. Quick, who am I? Come on, you see what you look like? You have any idea what you look like?
Well, I'm not on my hat's. Well, look at me I'm trying to defend myself here. It's indefensible.
Let me ask you, you're still using the Norelco, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Why don't you tell your listeners about the side effects?
Well, I don't know that there are any.
the wrinkles.
No, I can't help you. What can I do? Wait till you're 75 years old.
I want to congratulate Bernard on his co-ownership and co-hosting the show here.
Yeah.
I don't know if are you aware of this news?
No.
Do you recognize these people?
No, I don't.
That's Bob Wright, the president of NBC, Mrs. Wright, and Bernard.
That's his Suzanne, Tim.
This is Bernard and Bob Wright and his arm around no one. You were not there. There has been a coup.
So I didn't recognize Suzanne with that new hair color this week.
Oh, smart. That's a career maker, I'll tell you. You and Rudy will be on Fox together.
By the way, congratulations, because this is sound very, very, very patronizing, but nevertheless, Meet the Press, now the #1 Sunday morning television program, beating This Week with David Brinkley for, I guess, the first time in some time, right?
Well, it's great. And great here in Washington, too.
Yeah.
And how about those Buffalo Bills, huh? All right, Bills. Can I turn an audience, huh?
Duck. What is your, let's talk about the election a little bit. What is the latest NBC Wall Street Journal poll show?
We have it at, we interviewed 1,000 people over the weekend. It's now Clinton up by 12. A week ago it was 17. Perot is going to hit double digits. This is looking and feeling so much like 1992 to me. As we get in the final days, Clinton begins to slip. People begin to take a gut check. Protest votes go to Perot rather than the Republican. And if I had to guess today, I do not think the president will get 50%. He wants that majority desperately. I see you got a nice bipartisan audience here again.
Well, and the Clinton supporters are in the back. Yeah. The Dole supporters are in the front.
We're in Virginia, man.
Well, all right.
But in 1992, it was 43 Clinton, 38 Bush, 19 Perot. If this thing turned out somewhere around 46 Clinton, 39 Dole, 14 Perot, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Other polls are showing Clinton by a wide margin. I just don't feel it. I think this money and the foreign involvement has had an impact on people. It's concerned them. It's made them uneasy. 2 weeks ago, I think the Democrats had a very good chance of winning the House and perhaps even the Senate. I would now bet that the Republicans hold those bodies. It would be the first time. It would be the first time. What is this, huh? Let's hear it for Oliver North. It'd be the first time the Republicans have had Congress for 2 successive terms since 1930. It would be the first time in the history of America that a Democratic president was elected with a Republican Congress.
I'll tell you what we want, and I think why they're clapping. We have conceded that President Clinton's going to be reelected. So we want a Republican majority in both houses for the hearings.
Wait, now, I have given this considerable thought.
Yeah.
What is the perfect I-Man scenario? Here it is.
All right.
You want a huge victory for Strom Thurmond. Now, hear me out. All right. Why? Senator Thurmond is the Senate pro tem of the Senate, okay? If Bill Clinton and Al Gore had to resign because of Indonesian Buddhist monks, and Newt Gingrich had to step aside because of his book deal with Rupert Murdoch, fourth in line to become president is the Senate pro tem, President Strom Thurmond. Can you imagine that? Well, I have no further questions.
Would you like to take a break, Ms. Clinton?
You heard it here, the I-Man scenario. And Strom, by the way, at age 94, came out in favor of term limits.
Well, at this point, you said for a long time, and a lot has happened, but that you thought months ago that Dole started out with 200 electoral votes in his pocket. He doesn't have that anymore, does he?
Probably not. He may hit it. He'll get close to it. But what you depend upon in those things is running a traditional Republican campaign. And ironically, Senator Dole didn't do that early on. I don't quite know why. I still believe to this day, if Senator Dole had stayed as majority leader and said, listen, this is going to be a sharp contrast in 2 views of government, the president versus the Senate Republican majority leader. I believe in less government, he believes in more. And then immediately start talking about, and we talked about this 2 months ago before Senator Dole was on, You know, I have a hard time putting words together, says Senator Dole, but when I put them together, you have to believe them. And I respect President Clinton. I think he's a smooth talker. I wake up the next day and I kind of scratch my head and say, gee, he didn't quite deliver on that. But that's who he is. And if you like that, be with Bill Clinton.
Did you read David Broder yesterday?
Sure.
I'm sure you did, but you read everything. So.
Yeah, right.
And we were talking to Chris Dodd a couple of days ago, and essentially what they both said was that Dole wasn't Dole. So, but that really is almost the bottom line, and that almost speaks to what you just said.
Well, yeah, but Bob Dole was in the Senate, in the House for 35 years. He cared about deficits. He was someone who really tried to restrict the growth of spending in many ways. He was very much a conciliator on issues like race and immigration. And suddenly he became a candidate, and it was almost an out-of-body experience. They'd tell him, okay, you have to be for a 15% tax cut, even though you criticized supply-side economics all your life. And he went out to California, and he suddenly, the last week of the campaign, started taking on affirmative action and immigration. Those are legitimate issues, but when you do it in the last 3 or 4 days, people become suspect. So the press said, Senator, why this sudden conversion? He said, because these are wedge issues. You're not supposed to say that if you're a candidate.
Didn't you have you had a clip on him on Meet the Press yesterday?
These are wedges. I like to divide people. That's what I'm up to.
It is 22 minutes till the hour, and we're talking with Tim Russett, who is the Washington Bureau Chief for NBC News and the host of Meet the Press.
No, I have some documents here I found at the White House.
Yeah.
This is on the table there on the side.
Yeah.
Now, this is a letter. I believe it was sent by President Clinton. It says, my wife may be the single most honest, sincere, genuine person on the planet. Your attempt to humiliate her was the action of an embittered old fool enjoying the fruits of a failed and not all too distinguished legal career. And by the way, your speech sucked. Oh, that's Judge Harold Roxwell about Deidre. I'm sorry. Now, here's a deposition. Let's see here. Deposition of Deidre. Oh, yeah, all this comments about Deidre being a gold digger. Question. Why did you marry John Donald Imus, Deidre Coleman? Because I love him.
Well.
Question. Why do you love him? Deidre. He's rich with a short life expectancy.
It is 21 till the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program, and we're broadcasting on WTEM Sports Radio 570 in New York. And one of the things, or in Washington, D.C., one of the things we have noticed in going around the country is the smaller the station, the better the technical setup. This is one of our larger affiliates around the country,
Absolutely.
isn't it? And
bigger markets.
We are on like a trampoline here, and you can barely get the mics on and off. So we have been kidding around about these hearings, but what's the most serious thing that would face them? Is it this campaign stuff? Is it the files? What is it?
I think it's dead serious in almost every regard. The fact that Bernard Nussbaum, the former White House counsel, is now being called by Kenneth Starr to be asked whether or not, in fact, Hillary Clinton was involved in the hiring of Craig Livingstone, the central figure in FBI Filegate. And Mr. Nussbaum faces potential perjury charge. If he, in fact, decides that Mrs. Clinton was involved, that conflicts with all sorts of testimony from her and others, that's serious. This is a White House counsel. Also on the campaign finance, Common Cause, the watchdog group, is moving for an independent counsel to look in both Democrats and Republicans. Both party chairmen yesterday, Haley Barbour and Chris Dodd, said, fine, they welcome that. And here's what happened. You have a system set up where individuals can give $1,000 to a federal campaign, perfectly legal. You then have this something called soft money, where corporations or individuals can give hundreds of thousands of dollars to the National Democratic Party, the Republican Party. That money can be used for voter education. Get out and vote. What the candidates did, both Clinton and Dole, was take that money and simply use it in their campaigns. Bill Clinton sat in the White House and wrote out commercials for the Democratic National Committee. At Bob Dole headquarters, they would get on an elevator, go 2 floors up, and do commercials paid for by the Republican committee. Actually, they were pro-Dole commercials. It was a blatant disregard of the law. Both parties did it, and it's illegal.
No.
Number 2 on this, John Wong, if you are a federal official in the Commerce Department and you raise money, that is a crime. I believe that this will be far-reaching. It is very, very, very ominous. I think people will go to jail. And I think you're going to see in both parties, before you yell too loud, and I think it is very, very, very difficult for this president. And lastly, if you have a Republican Congress, in a House headed by Newt Gingrich, who has his own ethics difficulties, and an independent council headed by Kenneth Starr. And ask James Carville his views of Kenneth Starr when you have him on later on. He is indignant that Kenneth Starr is a political operative of the Republican Party. And you have President Clinton and Hillary Clinton besieged by all this. Al Gore tainted by the Buddhist monks who took a vow of poverty and wound up giving him $5,000 in a community outreach program. You're going to have all of Washington, much to your glee. Look at you.
Yeah.
Right?
Get any better.
I mean, all you, look at this, huh? Handcuffs and raincoats all around. But all the while this is going on, Medicare is broke in the year 2000.
It's a new day, and the world is changing. That's why the people of MSNBC Daytime are bringing it to you in a whole new way. More than just headlines. They keep you in touch with what matters to you on cable and on the internet. Personal, insightful, interactive. Spend your day with MSNBC and get closer to your world. MSNBC Daytime. It's time to get connected.
I can't get my kids to eat right. All they want is junk food. Do they like chocolate milk?
Chocolate milk!
Try giving them extra nutrition with rich chocolate Ovaltine. It's got vitamins Nestle Quick and Hershey syrup don't.
Yeah, it may be good for them, but will they like it?
My kids love it, hot or cold.
So my kids will like Ovaltine and it's good for them? Wow.
When my kids want chocolate milk, it's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
More Ovaltine, please!
We've invested billions to help businesses grow and provided billions more to improve homes and finance educations. We developed special insurance to pay for nursing home care and low-cost life insurance for people over 50. Because at Transamerica, we sell life insurance, but our real business is improving your life. Transamerica, life insurance, leasing, commercial, and consumer loans.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T?
That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere.
I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome.
The one rate plan is excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Tonight on Time and Again.
Winning's a lot more fun.
An historic look at the winners and losers of elections past.
God bless America!
Tonight at 7 Eastern on MSNBC.
Your family. They love you, and you love them. In fact, you love them so much you'd give your life for them. But that's not what they want. They just want you to stay healthy. Yet if you have high cholesterol, you could be at risk of a first heart attack. Fortunately, now there are proven treatment plans that can help lower your chances of a first heart attack. Call 1-800-PREVENT to find out more. The sooner you call, the sooner you will receive information that could help you prevent a first heart attack. You could be at risk, even if you have no signs of any heart problems. And the grim fact is, about 1/3 don't survive their first heart attack. Call 1-800-PREVENT to find out what you can do to help cut your chances of a first heart attack and live a longer, healthier life. Enjoy the milestones and cherished moments of your life. Call your doctor or 1-800-PREVENT now.
And the phone number is easy to remember, 1-800-RENT-A-CAR. They'll rent you everything from a pickup to a 4x4 to some kind of convertible. I mean, they got them all. So just write it, or at least remember it, 1-800-RENT-A-CAR, Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
A single working mother against education cuts said...
Where are we here?
160 here,
Okay. Oh, about 4 minutes, Tim. It's great.
What time's James coming? I'm telling you, ask him. Do you have? I don't have. Do you have the Washington Star here?
I don't think so.
I had him on CNBC, and all you have to mention is Kenneth Starr. You think that Kenneth Starr is politically motivated? He will.
We just want to poke them both like a couple of little ferrets to get them to fight.
I had him. I swear to God, I had an 8-minute segment, and I said Kenneth Starr. And after 8 minutes, I had stopped. He was drool. I mean, white coming out of his mouth. He's crazy. He's spastic. Yeah.
Senator Dole's going to call us this morning, we think.
Is it?
So I just can't beat up on it.
Can't talk now. You know, as if you were going to. I can't hit him this time. No, not this time.
No, you're a prick.
Cut it out.
I called him up to compliment the son of a bitch.
And he just beat me, man. You are the best. You are the best.
Just like this, Chuck.
$5 million a year. Happily married. You know, most fucking insecure man on the planet. Right? It's the greatest.
Very
Yeah.
Right back there, Chuck, in a coffee shop.
Right now, buy a new Canon BJC 4200 or BJC 4550 color PubbleJet printer and get a free $50 photo kit. Only Canon can take color printing from photorealistic to phenomenal. I'm Lori McNichols with the Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile Fan Highway Patrol.
I am Imus in the morning. It is 11 minutes till the hour, and we are here in Arlington, Virginia. About 12 minutes from the Four Seasons Hotel. That's all we care about, right?
That's it.
Broadcasting at WTEM Radio, Sports Radio 570, which is our very fine affiliate here in Washington, D.C. And we're talking with Tim Russett, who is the Washington Bureau Chief for NBC News and the host of Meet the Press. And yesterday, I was over to Four Seasons watching Meet the Press, and room service came, and so I missed your predictions for the House and for the Senate. You broke it down. And
I think the House and Senate will say Republican, certainly the Senate. My guess is the House as well. And as I said earlier, I think President Clinton will win, but not by the margins people are talking about. I think it's going to tighten.
So you don't think he's going to get over 50%?
I do not. I do not. And he desperately wants to be able to say, I have a mandate, I have a majority of the voters. You know, no Democrat has gotten over 50% since Lyndon Johnson. And Woodrow Wilson was the last president who won 2 terms with less than 50% in the early 1900s. It will be very hard for President Clinton if he gets 46, 47% of the vote to come to Washington and the country and say, listen, the country's behind me, Mr. Gingrich, leave me alone. It's going to be a long, difficult period. And let me go back to those entitlements, Social Security, Medicare. Your listeners have to understand that if nothing is done about Medicare, Social Security, Medicaid, and pensions, they are growing at 10% a year. 10 years from now, every nickel in the federal treasury will go to entitlements. Won't be a nickel left for the Defense Department, close down the Pentagon, environment, education. Nothing will survive but entitlements. And something has to be done. Gingrich knows it, Clinton knows it, and now is the time. It's a cavity, it'll be a root canal, and it'll be dentures. I mean, if we don't get this thing done by the year 2000 in a fiscal way.
It is 9 minutes till the hour, and we're talking with Tim Russett from Meet the Press.
I just saw Deidre, by the way. I'd never met her before, and she's all excited about tomorrow. It's her first election to vote in. School president. I mean, you were in the Marine Corps and she was in the womb. Think about it.
She was skipping to school. Used to listen to me with a little Archie lunch pail. And actually, she didn't have a lunch pail. She insisted on carrying a little brown paper bag.
That's true.
Have you guys at NBC decided whether how you're going to project these winners and stuff tomorrow night?
What we're going to do is what we have done every year, even during the Reagan landslide in 80, the Reagan landslide in 84, and that is we call when the polls close in a state. You say either Bob Dole or Bill Clinton has won, and you put the state up on the board. When it hits 270, we have a president. The only problem that has occurred is in 1980 when Jimmy Carter at 6:50 p.m. Pacific time, conceded and said, I've lost.
Yeah.
Basically with a megaphone saying, all you Democrats in line out west about to vote for a congressman, go home and go to bed. I lost. And that's exactly what happened.
But I mean, we were talking to Brian Williams, and he said from NBC, White House correspondent for NBC,
Yep.
and it was, I guess, former. Who's going to be the new White House correspondent, by the way?
Well, Jim Miklaszewski, you love it, huh?
Yeah.
You love it. Now, Jim Miklaszewski has done a hell of a job, and he certainly is someone we all have great faith in, but the decision is not mine. It's Andy Lack, the president of the news division.
Oh, it's all. I have great influence with Lack now. Who do we want to? Who do you want?
You're the man, I mean.
He's in your back.
We hope it's just because of Brokaw. We hope it's Miklaszewski, don't we?
Absolutely.
But anyway, Brian Williams said that you and some other people, I don't know, he wouldn't say you specifically, but have been getting calls from people like Haley Barbour and other Republican officials asking you folks at the networks not to at least make a big deal out of some of these House and Senate races in the East before folks out in the other time zones.
We have done this repeatedly every year. You will hear Tom Brokaw, when he goes on the air, say the polls are still open, go out and vote. And as we build up to the projection, Clinton was declared the winner at 10:30 Eastern time in 92 because the states add up to 270. It's not information you can hide.
No.
It's all over the wires. It's in all the newspapers. And I'll tell you the greatest story of all. Some of the Republicans had hearings at the end of the last elections, and Democrats saying, don't you networks dare project you're going to skew the outcome. Every day, I have the exit polls on Election Day. Who are the first people to call me at noon asking for the information? The politicians. Every one of them said, give me the inside scoop. Don't let the public know. On the New Hampshire primary day, it was Senator Dole who called and said, what are the numbers? Give me the exit poll numbers. Senator Dole went on the floor of the Senate and said, well, the exit polls look good, broadcast by C-SPAN, and none of them went to jail. And you're trying to put NBC in jail, and I resent it, man.
We have about a minute here. As we're watching Tuesday night, what are some of the things we can look for to determine if the Republicans are going to regain, what are key races that will tell us that they're going to retain control of the House and Senate?
Look early on at states that come in. We have Arizona. A Democrat has not won that since Harry Truman in 1948. Look at Georgia, an early closing state. Sam Nunn's Senate seat. If that goes to the Republicans, it's a very good indication the Republicans are going to keep control of the Senate, may even gain seats. Same with Alabama, a Democratic seat, Howard Huffman, if that goes Republican. And Clinton's home state of Arkansas, if that Senate seat goes Republican, you know it is over and the Republicans are going to gain seats.
How about the House?
The House, a little more difficult. I would look at 2 swing districts in Massachusetts, 3 swing seats in New York, a couple in North Carolina, a couple in Georgia, and we'll have a pretty good pattern, I would say, by 8:30 which way it's going. But
Imus in the morning.
This is WFAN in New York. We are an Infinity broadcasting station. Get to all the other stuff coming up, but first time for the local news. And here with that is Charles McCoy. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Iman. And first of all, the headline side. Republican presidential candidate Bob Dole continuing his marathon campaign blitz today. Stops planned in a half dozen states.
Yeah, whatever.
His first event is in Phoenix, Arizona. Normally a GOP stronghold, as Mr. Russert was just pointing out, one of the key states to watch in his estimation, because a poll released in Arizona yesterday shows Mr. Dole trailing Bill Clinton by 12 percentage points there. President Clinton heads down the campaign home stretch. First scheduled event, Manchester, New Hampshire today, where he began his first run for the White House 4 years ago. The president expects to have a good last day, he said. Are we mocking Mr. McCord at this point?
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm listening to read the news.
Ross Perot is spending $2 million to air 4 30-minute infomercials on television tonight. Perot expected to use some of his expensive election eve airtime to criticize the president for alleged character flaws. And Massachusetts Governor William Weld tells the Boston Herald he is surprised that he has not pulled ahead of Senator Kerry, but has no regrets about he has run his campaign.
Well, he's not going to win.
Weld also denied reports he would leave office early should he lose tomorrow's election to allow his lieutenant governor to get a jump on the 1998 governor's race. And in New York State, should recent polls prove to be accurate, New Yorkers could see the biggest electoral landslide in New York State for a presidential race since 1964, when Lyndon Johnson took 67% from Barry Goldwater. two independent polls giving President Clinton leads ranging anywhere from 22 to fully 34 percentage points ahead over Bob Dole in the state of New York. The Republican Party chairman in the state, though, Bill Powers, doesn't believe it's going to be that big, predicting it will only be in the single digits, but he is still acknowledging it will be a loss. One record that could fall in New York on Tuesday, according to polling experts, the 1988 record for low voter turnout in the state. Only 48% of those registered to vote turned out to cast their ballots in '88, and they think it could be something less than that tomorrow. The polls show President Clinton's lead in New Jersey going down, though it is still in the double digits. Besides touting his own vision for the future during a stop in Union County yesterday, the president also praised Congressman Robert Torricelli, who is running for the United States Senate. Besides appearing with the president, the Democratic New Jersey Senate candidate, Mr. Torricelli, looked for votes yesterday from some tried and true sources. He campaigned at a Hudson County Central Labor Council breakfast, then went to Sunday services at a predominantly black church. Weather for New York quickly. Mostly sunny, slightly warmer, mid-50s today, clear 40s tonight. Tomorrow, increasing afternoon clouds on Election Day, the high 65. And it's 39 degrees right now at 3 minutes after the hour.
I used to drink ordinary hot cocoa like Carnation or Swiss Miss. But then I found something smooth and creamy.
Ovaltine, hot.
Creamy because it's made with milk, not water.
Ovaltine, hot.
It's chocolatey, and it's good for me too.
Ovaltine, hot.
Now when I want something hot and chocolatey, it's not ordinary hot cocoa. It's Ovaltine, hot.
Drink Ovaltine hot. Compare it to your hot cocoa and taste the difference.
Introducing Precision Movements by Raymond Weil. The Parsifal Collection. Swiss handcrafted, water-resistant, solid 18-karat gold and stainless steel. Raymond Weil invites you to enter the world of movement and extreme accuracy. At last, a timepiece whose style matches your own. The Parsifal Collection. Available at fine jewelers.
Replace your old roof now and pay as low as $96 a month. Don't wait. Your Sears authorized installed roofing professional says buy it now before the busy season starts and choose your favorite roofing style with no money down and payments as low as $96 a month. It's our most affordable roofing option. Call this number now and have a Sears authorized roofing expert provide you with a free in-home estimate. We're America's largest roofing installer. We do all the prep work and leave you with a beautiful, durable new roof. You'll get satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call today and take advantage of no money down and pay as low as $96 a month. This may be the perfect plan for your needs. So call your Sears authorized installation professional right now. For installed roofing, gutters, doors, and fencing, call this 800 number right now. Improving your life by improving your home.
Broadcasting on WPEM, Sports Radio 570 here in Washington, D.C., is with our very fine affiliate here. 100% of the proceeds from today's broadcast, people paid $1, I think, to get in, and all of the proceeds are going to the Maryland chapter of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. And for every dollar generated here this morning, WTEM Radio will match the total amount and make an equal contribution to the CJ Foundation for SIDS, care of the Don Imus Pediatric Center in Hackensack, New Jersey, which is that hospital we built with money that we raised over the past 4 or 5 years, and which I bitched about and insisted they put my name on. So, and that essentially was the only reason they did was to shut me up, wasn't it?
Exactly, the only reason.
Yeah, so what certainly wasn't deserved.
No,
I mean, I wouldn't want to suggest that there was some reason they should have put my name on it. There was no reason they should have. Some of the sponsors responsible for our appearing here: Virgin Atlantic Airways, Errol's Unlimited Internet, Rosenthal Jeep Eagle, the Tobacco Barn, Tyson's Corner, Nissan Mazda, the American Automobile Manufacturers Association, Aurora Pens, Automated Equipment Sales, Royal Formalware, and Tomco Industries. All of those people, in addition to Aurora Pens and this Norelco razor deal that I use. So all of those people sponsoring our appearance here, and we flew here on a Gulfstream 4 from Executive Jet, which from this point forward would be the only way that I would ever fly anywhere.
Standard mode of travel.
A couple grand an hour, but I mean, it's somebody else is going to have to pay for it. It'll be one of those deals. So it is always a way to work some kind of weasel deal.
Of course.
Mary Madeline and James Carville are coming up, and what we will attempt to do with them is pretend to be interested in asking them questions about the election, but really poke them like a couple of little ferrets in a cage and to try to get them to fight with each other while they're here and hopefully leave screaming at each other as they go up the escalator. And then later on this morning, Bob Schieffer. And then tomorrow we will be back in New York City. We were going to go, the governor of Arkansas, Minister Huckabee, wanted us to come to Little Rock tomorrow, but we decided why be down there where there'd be so many happy people. So we're going back to New York City. Anyway, it is time now for the national news, and here with all that is Charles McCoy. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, I-Man. Dole is spirited and hopes it is catching. That is the headline in this morning's New York Times about the Bob Dole Victory Tour, as the Dole campaign has dubbed this 96-hour marathon, which started in Columbus, Ohio on Friday at noon. The Times says Dole whizzed city to city in a frenetic last-chance dash through the West, hammering away at President Clinton's character.
Look at these things.
What?
These things I have to wipe my hands are called chubs.
You got one?
Well, okay. All right now. I got a chub here, Chuck.
Dole describing him as a big spending, promise-breaking, sweet-talking politician who has betrayed American values.
I think the voters believe when you become president of the United States, you have a higher obligation and a higher standard than anybody in the world. And if you violate that standard, they're going to remember it on Election Day, and we'll find out on Tuesday.
And Dole said, I haven't fought for my country around the clock since I was fighting the Nazis in Italy in 1945, and I believe the stakes are just as important today.
We are really excited. I think we were in 10 states yesterday. We're going to work around the clock and around the clock and around the clock until it happens.
Dole today has stops planned in 6 states. His first event is in Phoenix, Arizona. As we were mentioning, normally a GOP stronghold, as Mr. Russert was pointing out, but a poll released there yesterday shows Dole trailing Bill Clinton by 12 percentage points in the state of Arizona. Mr. Clinton heading into the campaign home stretch, predicting a good last day.
We went to my old hometown, Prescott, Arizona, where, by the way, a bunch of yuppies bought the old Palace Saloon, which is on one of the most famous saloons out of the Old West, where they actually used to have gunfights and all that stuff. The old Palace Saloon on Whiskey Road there in Prescott, Arizona. And some group of yuppies bought it and turned it into, it looks like a Starbucks now, doesn't it?
Crying out loud. I know. It's a travesty,
They've taken this, and these people should be prosecuted. Yeah. Anyway, in Prescott, Arizona, even on the windows of car dealers, they had Dole Kemp stickers, didn't they?
No, they did, as a matter
suggesting
of fact.
There's probably nobody in town who's going to buy a car who supported the president. But so it was sort of, and all throughout Phoenix where we were, you didn't see much else other than Dole Kemp stickers, did you?
No, but this poll suggests he's trailing there by 12 percentage points, nevertheless. So, Mr. Clinton will end up early tomorrow in his hometown of Little Rock. White House Press Secretary Mike McCurry says the president's having a good time in these final hours of the campaign.
He had about 4 hours sleep last night, but he felt better.
Why would you blow up Mr. McCurry?
Why not? Get him out.
Because you can?
Because he rakes his hair over that bald spot. It just annoys me.
Reason enough?
Yeah.
Latest CBS News, New York Times survey finds the president 18 points ahead. Experts saying the GOP candidates' attacks on the president's ethics have actually hurt Mr. Dole. And a poll by CNN Gallup in USA Today this morning has the president ahead 51-35. Ross Perot getting about 8% support, according to that poll. White House political spokesperson Doug Sosnick says the polls do look very positive.
If you look at the CBS, CNN, ABC, our internal polls, our spread right now is between 10 and 13 points. So 36 hours out with a double-digit lead, we're encouraged.
Sounds like he's taking another kind of poll.
I mean, we don't need that sort of input.
Not at all.
While much of the election focuses...
Thank God Bernardus doesn't feel well this morning, so afraid he's been a little under the weather, haven't you?
A little laid back.
Yeah.
A little flu situation,
Turn this into a clan meeting here this morning.
The only saving grace about it is maybe you'll get it.
And supper worse?
Yes.
While much of the election focus has been on the presidential race, tomorrow also could be historic for House Republicans. The GOP hoping to keep control of the House for the first time since 1930. Democrats need a net pickup of 18 seats to regain control.
But
go ahead.
Well, again, I would encourage anybody who is listening to this program across the country. Obviously likes it, and while we, as you know, try to be fair, and have tried to be fair throughout this entire process on this program by putting as many weenies on as we have Nazis, and so and it doesn't make any difference to me who you vote for the presidency. It's fine with me, and generally it breaks down to about half the people who listen to the program support the president, and the other half support somebody else. But if you have any interest in our being able to conduct this program on the level that we have enjoyed for the past 2 or 3 years, I would urge you, if you want to vote for Bill Clinton, that's fine with me. But I would urge you, even if you have to hold your nose and vote for any Republican House or Senate candidate you can, so that we can have these hearings, so that it can provide us with an unlimited source of material. With the possible exception, of course, I've endorsed John Kerry in Massachusetts, and that would be very important for validating the I-man's kind of questionable influence at this point. But I could come up big if that thieving little weasel Torricelli wins in New Jersey, and the somewhat more admirable John Kerry in Massachusetts. Aside from that, I would encourage you to vote for every Republican you possibly can, because, man, it's just 2 years of great television. So.
That's right, drama.
Oh, man.
You could build that bridge to Leavenworth together.
Absolutely. Man, they'll be leading them out of the White House with handcuffs on and raincoats over their head. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
4 more years in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Fine, we'll have the fat Newt in one cell and
the fat pantload
and the pantload in the other. Oh, man.
By the way, polls in Massachusetts continue to show the U.S. Senate race I-man as too close to call. So it's going to be nervous time for the I tomorrow. Something that Governor Weld, by the way, tells the Boston Herald today that he finds surprising. He was interviewed aboard his Victory campaign bus and said he had no regrets about how he has conducted his campaign, and rejected polls which show some voters have been turned off by it because its tone has been too negative. Weld also denied reports he would leave office early should he lose tomorrow to allow his lieutenant governor to get a head start on the 1998 governor's race. 3 new surveys give Democrats some hope about the Congress. A New York Times CBS poll finds that 47% of probable voters prefer Democratic congressional candidates.
Here now in the Imus Morning program, one of our very fine sponsors, David Tate from Virgin Atlantic Airways. Good morning, David.
Good morning. That's former sponsors, I think.
Why?
Is this Don too good to travel on commercial airlines, even when some of them are sponsors, Imus?
Well, I mean, after you've flown with Executive Air, it's just even Virgin Atlantic is. But we'll be right back on Virgin Atlantic going home.
Well, I haven't heard too many executive jet spots on here this morning, but never mind. I mean, what the heck?
Stop whining.
Hey, talking about what are you doing blowing Mr. McCurry up there? You really should have been appointing him as your agent following his
probably should
free press on the speech from hell.
Now that I get to thinking about it, yeah. So what can I do for you this morning?
Well, no, I was just calling to whinge, and I also have heard rumors that following your prediction of a Clinton victory, that the Clinton campaign has been thrown into turmoil. I can imagine the phones lighting up in Cuomo and Dinkins' offices, asking them how they tried to remove the curse.
Well, I do plan to announce my endorsement here coming up shortly. All sponsored, by the way, by Virgin Atlantic, but we're waiting.
That took a long time to get through.
We're waiting to see some more poll results before we make a firm commitment here. David, thank you very much.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
David Tate from Virgin Atlantic Airways during the Imus Morning program. On the air is by virtue of spending an enormous amount of money sponsoring this program and our trips around the country.
Precisely.
It is now 16 after the hour.
So I got a call yesterday from Lyndon Abel. Lyndon used to be my producer back in 1979, 80, 81. Biggest drug addict on the planet. Had a 7-foot marijuana plant in his apartment. And then he was a part-time drug dealer too, of course. And that's why I should get my drugs from Lyndon. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about all this.
I know. No, I'm sure he's happy.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
So Lyndon went on to become a program director himself at radio stations around. He's in Washington, and he called me yesterday, wanted to know if he could come over to the station tomorrow, and I reluctantly said yes. But it would be like if 5 years from now, Bernard calls me. So it's kind of,
Well, I'd have to be on drugs to call you 5 years from now.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
And now, Imus in the morning, 2020 sports with Mark Breen.
Here she comes, Anuta Katuna of Romania overtook Joyce Chachemba of Kenya around the 24-mile mark. Katuna of Romania, 28 years old, wins the New York City Marathon.
Fred's on hold, too.
From Romania wins the marathon. Good morning. Mike Breen with sports. Anuta Katuna takes the New York City Marathon, 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 18 seconds. Katuna expressed gratitude to the people of New York for their help along the way.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Get out of here.
Meanwhile, race officials disqualified another woman, Laura Ingram of MSNBC. Race officials saying she cheated climbing into a cab several miles into the race, then getting out and running the final few miles into Central Park.
We have any idea how she did do, Mike?
I've been looking. I haven't been able to find it yet.
Doesn't the chemical banker, when the New York Post or somebody print all the winners?
Yes, it takes a while to get back to those who finished 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours.
Well, she expected to do it in like 4.5 or 5 hours. Of course, she'd run the Marine Corps Marathon here in Washington, which is essentially a baby marathon, and so the one that Fat Oprah ran, so in about 5 hours. So the New York City Marathon being somewhat more strenuous, but difficult.
Okay.
Just jump right in anytime you feel like it, Mike.
In football,
get a little confident, are we, Mike?
Washington Redskins lose. Buffalo Bills beat them 38-13 at Rich Stadium. Skins running back Terry Allen, a rare bad game, but in an emotional speech to his teammates after the game, Allen told them they can still win the Super Bowl.
Keep hope alive.
That fired up the team as they hope to get back on the winning track next week. From the NBA, the New York Knicks, America's team, still undefeated this season as they whooped the Charlotte Hornets 113-86. It was the Knicks' home opener. And in celebration of the league's 50th anniversary, the team invited back former Knicks to the game, including retiring Senator Bill Bradley, who enjoyed the game, and he said he also liked the new cuisine at the Garden.
White bread sandwiches with the crust cut off.
Bradley had 3 of them while watching the action in the first half. And that's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
All right, here now live from Santa Fe, New Mexico, the owner and operator of the Autobody Express, brought to you by Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer, my brother Fred Imus. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. You know, Clinton's not ahead by 12 points in Arizona. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
I never saw a Clinton-Gorst bumper sticker out there.
Well, we didn't either. That was the thing, but that's what we kind of
that tells you these polls are manipulated.
Well,
they what?
Interesting. Hearing Fred say manipulate, wasn't it?
Hey, tell us more about your flight back.
Please shut up. How'd you do on your football?
Replace your old roof now and pay as low as $96 a month. Don't wait. Your Sears authorized installed roofing professional says buy it now before the busy season starts and choose your favorite roofing style with no money down and payments as low as $96 a month. It's our most affordable roofing option. Call this number now and have a Sears authorized roofing expert provide you with a free in-home estimate. We're America's largest roofing installer. We do all the prep work and leave you with a beautiful, durable new roof. You'll get satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call today and take advantage of no money down and pay as low as $96 a month. This may be the perfect plan for your needs. So call your Sears authorized installation professional right now. For installed roofing, gutters, doors, and fencing, call this 800 number right now. Improving your life by improving your home.
I saw Carville up in Jerome Saturday.
I don't think James Carville was in Jerome.
I guess you'd have to be up there and see what's up there for you. Thought that was funny. Ghost town, you know, I got some of those squatters up there sitting in the doorways.
That will be fine. We'll call you back.
I'm sure I saw him.
26 after the hour now.
The people of this country
do not want this process to be over, and I don't want it to be over either. I want us to come into New York with our guns blaring, ready to roll. This is the best kickoff we could get. No one will take this election for granted. We're going to work hard, and we're going to win it.
Tell your mama, tell your pa, gonna say you man, I just said no. Mama, you don't do right. Imus in the morning.
Let's talk shaving. Or rather,
Walk like a dog.
Walk like a dog. Listen, we got 3 minutes. We're just going to go. Can't change it in clinic. It's just unbelievable.
If I sit too close to Charles, I'll get religion. Start talking in tongues here.
Hey, thank you both very much.
All right.
Well, that's a sensation.
Are you guys getting along this morning?
No.
We're going to poke you like a couple of...
I had to clean up the dog shit. That got it off on the wrong start.
What'd they say?
We got to remind him these microphones.
Oh, the mics are open all the time, James.
This MSNBC stuff.
I can't believe I said that word. I've never said a word like that in my life. I don't know. My mother would be mortified.
Just give us a thumbs up or thumbs down if you want more volume.
Here you go, boss. Aurora Bellman. All right, let me talk to you about Aurora pens now. Italy's premier writing instrument. Over 75 years, the official pen of the Imus Morning program. Each Aurora pen offers a unique design, unequaled quality. Aurora pens start at $60 and available in a variety of colors and styles. I got one of them right here, Chuck. I believe.
Yeah, there you go.
All Aurora pens are, you get engraved with anything you want, I'll tell you. Real good now. All Aurora pens are, they make a great gift. Make great corporate gifts or something. They also have these fountain pens that sell them for anywhere between up to $2,500. So can you imagine paying that for a pen? Costs more than my house.
I'll be damned.
These pens have become almost a fashion accessory. I know a lot of folks ride with them Mont Blancs, but man, they can't suck enough. So y'all go get you an Aurora pen. Sell them at the Fountain Pen Hospital.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T? That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere.
I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome.
The one rate plan, it's excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Imus in the morning. Just know how to live.
I mean, that's the thing sticking around there. That makes us insane, doesn't it?
It's the stage.
Do they look like they're getting along?
Yeah, they do. Unfortunately, he was just patting her hand, and I tried to discourage that.
Huh?
He was just patting her hand, and I tried to discourage that.
Oh, yeah, we want to poke them like...
Yeah, no. None of this tranquility crap.
Scratch it old left paw, huh?
Y'all give a nice hand to Mary Madeline and James Carville. All right, now. It is 30 minutes past the hour. Miss Madeline, and you folks around the country, is a former Republican political strategist, now a radio talk show host with a nationally syndicated afternoon program on the CBS radio network, and it will be simulcast on C-SPAN this afternoon from the Palm Restaurant. Is that right?
That's right.
Over there having a cocktail on the radio now.
Right now.
Mr. Carville is an advisor to President Clinton, an author, and an actor. Miss Matlin and Mr. Carville are married to each other, and they have a daughter named Matlin, and we're happy to have them both here. Thank you both very much.
Oh, thank you, man.
How are you guys?
Come here, honey. Let's do this first.
Oh, stop it.
We're not going to fight for you.
We got off to a bad start this morning because she made me clean up the dog droppings.
As opposed to cleaning up the baby droppings, which is an hourly.
It's a lot of droppings in our house. Things drop everywhere.
Got to be a pony in here somewhere.
There's got to be a pony here somewhere. So it appears, I think it's safe to say, why am I getting that feedback? Yeah.
It's not our baby back.
Is that a baby screaming?
Sounds like your wife is out there somewhere, I bet.
Deidre, is that you, honey? It appears that Bob Dole was going to lose this election. And at one point, they hired your wife to work for them, and then somebody started whining about it, and they bailed out on her.
She was there. Clinton has given speeches longer than she was in the Dole campaign.
Yeah. Would she have made any difference, or?
She would have had to. It couldn't have been much worse, I don't think. And I think it hurt him. It made him look foolish to fire somebody just based on who they're married to. I mean, the Republican Party says they're a married-based party, and then they start judging people by their spouses. I think it makes them look stupid. I think it was the stupidest, a stupid move in a series of stupid moves that the Dole campaign made.
I was talking to Chris Dodd, and he said that he said he liked Bob Dole. And I guess a lot of Democrats do.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few people in Washington dislike Senator Dole.
But he said, and as David Broder wrote yesterday, that Dole was not Dole. If Dole had been Dole, would that have made any difference? Mary?
This is the Chris Dodd who said he can't wait till the election's over to you so he can start telling you the truth again. That would be that Chris Dodd.
I think he was kidding when he said that.
Well, I can't wait. Well, we're looking forward to hearing the truth. It wouldn't have made a difference who was on the campaign. This is just and I'm not, you say it, but I don't think this race is over. I think Bob Dole's going to win. Now, I have taken an electoral map, and I've given them California, but say they don't do as well as they can in California. I didn't give them any of the Midwestern states, which are closing precipitously overnight. Yes, they are. Quit giving me that handoff. And I got 278 electoral votes. That's all you need. And I'll tell you this, we're going to pick up 8 seats in the House. We're going to pick up 3 in the Senate.
Look, any woman that thinks I'm good looking can think Bob Dole can win. I mean, somebody, what they say in primary colors, looks like I was sired out of a love scene in Deliverance.
Actually, you are. That is more of a stretch to think you're good looking and Dole's going to win. He is going to win.
Man, I mean, I don't know how a person can.
Not that you've helped, Imus.
Well, no, but what am I supposed to do? I mean, we try. I've tried to be fair on this program.
Played it right down the middle.
I'm not going to be some fat phony like your friend Rush Limbaugh or some of these other people. I've tried. I put as many liberal weenies on as I have right-wing nutcases, and I've called it right. And let me just say this: it looks like our guy's going to win, doesn't it?
Hearings.
On a serious note, is David Broder right, and is Ross Perot right? Is because of all of these investigations, I know, and aside from Kenneth Starr, but there are some legitimate issues. Like even last time I talked to you, you agreed that the file issue was a legitimate issue to get to the bottom of that. But is the second Clinton administration going to look like the second Nixon administration?
Of course not. They spent $45 million and didn't come up with anything. And then in this sort of file thing, the Republicans go and they say, oh, let's get some fingerprint analysis. Of course they get a fingerprint analysis. Nobody fingerprint on these files. Just a bunch of stupidity, dog patch stuff. That's about all it amounts to. But I mean, they're going to spend another $45 million. The Republicans are closing out the campaign. Every time you turn the TV on, they say, what are we going to do to Clinton? Every time you look to see the president, it's what he's going to do for America. And they wonder why they're 12 to 18 points behind the polls. I mean, their whole thing is obsessed with this. They're spending money like it's going down the drain. They got every partisan political hack they can drag up going out there, from Chertoff or whatever his face is exposed to the independent Watergate investigating committee. They got these people out here. Let them spend another $45-50 million. They're going to lose this election over it, and they keep it up, they're going to lose the next one.
Did you notice a certain rehearsed quality to that diatribe, that piece of demagoguery? I have brought for you, prepared by Robert Potts, the most current issue of Schroeder's List, which is 92 Clinton cronies in jail, in court, or in trouble, just for your perusal.
Evidence.
The independent counsel was put together by when the Democrats controlled Congress. They were the ones who were worried about this. We have scandals not just in the White House, but across this entire administration. We have documents shredded or disappearing in the Commerce Department, the Energy Department, the Justice Department, the INS. This is worse than the Kremlin could ever be. And you certainly had a major media meltdown during Watergate, which was contained to a couple of guys in an office. This is government-wide corruption. And no one cared when Lawrence Walsh was spending $45 million, taking 6 years, okay? This is every day you guys start something else to do.
Let me go back. First of all, the reason that Ken Starr has his job is because Locke Faircloth and Jesse Helms pressured him to get it. Then, strangely enough, guess what happens after David Centil, who is the judge that appoints Ken Starr, guess what happens 2 weeks after Ken Starr is appointed? David Centil's wife goes to work for Locke Faircloth. Gee, what a coincidence!
How about that?
And I wonder why. I wonder why we don't read about this. I mean, we got a tobacco lawyer in there spending money like a drunken sailor trying to drum up anything he can, and he can't find anything. And this whole thing is
when in
ridiculous.
doubt, it's a total jive. It's the Department of Justice that appoints all these individuals.
No. David Centil, a Jesse Helms judge from North Carolina, who was seen arguing with Locke Faircloth and him, got pressured to appoint this person. And now his wife is working for Locke Faircloth, who's a Republican senator from North Carolina.
How about
let's wake up and smell the coffee. Of course
it's not true.
It is.
I have a little rule with James. When his mouth is moving, he's lying. No.
His wife is not working. Centil's wife doesn't work for Locke Faircloth?
That Locke Faircloth appoints the independent counsel.
No. David Centil did. Who is the judge? Let me go through it with you. David Centil is a Helms judge. He appointed Starr. And David Centil's wife works for Locke Faircloth. I mean, wake up and smell the coffee, folks.
This is when in doubt, attack. Have you noticed any other campaign or well, of course, this government under President Clinton is a continuous campaign. Mm-hmm. Would these guys always attack the accuser? And Ken Starr is a roundly and renownedly esteemed
tobacco
lawyer.
Company lawyer. I think he's tobacco company's lawyer. He's a good cigarette lawyer.
It is 21 minutes till the hour, and we are poking James Carville and Mary Matlin like two little ferrets.
Here's another rule with him. The lottery talks, the harder he's lying.
Has Jack Kemp been a good presidential candidate for Bob Dole?
Yes, he's been an excellent vice president.
Hasn't he been kind of a weenie?
No, we have had some weenies in our party, and there is something that this cycle has disappointed me at various junctures for specifically that reason. And about 90% of those weenies have appeared on this show, unfortunately.
I haven't encouraged. I had Governor Thompson on. I simply asked him a question.
I am not saying there is something about being in your presence, though, that brings out the worst.
What do they take a truth serum? I just ask the questions, they answer. Mike, what can I do? Don't blame me for this. I've tried to help.
I'm just saying that you're kind of an inspiration to disaster.
I think you perform a public service because you expose these rats, and we have rats in our party. And there's nothing. It's an odd thing in the world. And there are people that have earned their living in the entire Republican Party. Bob Dole's done a gazillion favors for, and they're sitting there jumping ship, and they ought to be called rats when they do that. Yeah. I mean, what you do is in this business is you fight to the end. If you lose, you accept the results, and then you start rebuilding. But you don't jump ship on a guy who's been good to you all your life. You don't jump ship on a party that has basically sustained and nurtured and you supported you. And let me say, these consultants that turn around and attack people they work for, hey, if you don't like the guy, don't take his money. It's simple enough. If something's wrong, don't take his money. You take somebody's money, in my opinion, you owe them something.
That is a pretty good point.
It's an excellent point. And I will say of the Democrats, President Clinton hasn't run as a Democrat. He's run as a pale version of a conservative. And you see all these lefty loony libs lining up in total silence, waiting for him to get reelected, which isn't going to happen, but been totally muzzling themselves in solidarity with a guy that they're not even agreeing with. And you've got us in a majority party position, and I'm going to say again, we're going to win the House. We're going to expand our majorities in the House and the Senate. And these guys are running around acting like we've nominated Quasimodo or something. He went through a very hard nomination process. Everything has been tough for Bob Dole. He won it fair and square. These people who are running his campaign or running the states ought to quit, or they should have quit at various junctures, attacking him and doing what their job was, and they probably would have made more headways in their state. If I were the chairman of the Republican National Committee, which would never happen, I would forever censure anybody who's in any party position or in any way takes money from any candidate and then goes out and trashes them. This is just a ridiculous setup that we have going on here.
Can you guys hang out about 3 or 4 minutes and we'll talk about the House and Senate and see if we can implode this marriage?
No, not going to happen.
James Carville and Mary Matlin here in the Imus and Imus program. It's 18 minutes till the hour now.
I am your son. Mel Gibson. I'm going to dedicate my life to tracking you down. In a film by Ron Howard. Give me back my son! Ransom. Rated R. Starts November 8th.
For a proven group long-term disability package, call your broker or the Fortis Castle. To better manage disability costs, call your broker or the Fortis Castle. Fortis. Solid answers for a changing world.
Every month, enter the world of fine interior design. Enter the fascinating world of Architectural Digest. View a pied-à-terre in Paris and an English designer's bright and airy London home. Call now and get 12 issues of Architectural Digest for only $29.95. You'll also receive absolutely free Celebrity Homes Revisited, a tour that includes the homes of Jeffrey Bean, Pavarotti, and Cher.
Call toll-free 800-952-2626. That's 800-952-2626.
This election will be televised and analyzed on the internet. Find out what the cyber reaction will be to Decision 96 on cable and at www.msnbc.com.
If you're looking for job options and opportunities in today's tough economy, you need the nation's #1 job search publication, the National Business Employment Weekly, the only publication that updates you weekly on top jobs available regionally and nationwide. All kinds of jobs, professional, managerial, technical. And you'll learn how to land one of those jobs by improving the way you write your resume and the way you interview. You'll learn new strategies for earning a promotion and negotiating a raise. And twice a month, you'll get the special Franchises and Business Opportunities section, the National Business Employment Weekly, at your newsstand now, or call now and get 8 job-packed issues delivered for just $35. Also get absolutely free the Job Search Guide, a collection of the best ideas to help you land a job.
Call 800-952-2626. That's 800-952-2626.
The National Business Employment Weekly. If you're not looking here, you're hardly looking.
Thank you. Pardon me?
Fred was a hit.
Please get away from stage, ma'am, or we'll have you arrested. Man, we have people in this audience, if they walk by the White House, they would be apprehended. Wouldn't they? They would be taken into custody. Anyway, how much time do you have?
Time to read my sponsor. This report's brought to you by Friendly's Restaurant. Try any one of Friendly's new delicious stir-fried dinners and save on Friendly's ice cream. Choose chicken, shrimp, or vegetable stir-fried and take home your favorite half a gallon of Friendly's ice cream for just $1.99. I'm Lori McNichol for the Beltline Technonics Mobiles and Highway Patrol.
I am Imus in the morning. It is now 13 minutes till the hour, and we are here in Arlington, Virginia at the Pentagon City Mall. Broadcasting on Sports Radio 570 WTEM. And syndicated around the country by Westwood One Entertainment and on MSNBC from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And our guests are Mary Matlin and James Carville. And so far, we have been unsuccessful in getting them to
goading them,
to get into to poke them like a couple of little fairs. Well, let's start with give me some legitimate predictions. I saw your prediction in a post yesterday in the Washington Post, where you predicted that the Senate would go 56-44 for the Republicans, and that the House would go 243-191 for the Republicans.
I'm predicting we're going to expand our margin in the House of Representatives by 8 seats and 3 in the Senate. Look at these Senate seats. We're going to pick up Alabama. We're going to pick up Georgia. We're going to pick up Arkansas. Isn't that going to be delicious? I don't think your guy in Massachusetts is going to make it. That'll be a pickup. I mean,
John Kerry? Guarantee that he gets elected. I guarantee he gets elected.
Well, he might have had a better chance until you endorsed him. That's sort of the kiss of death, isn't it?
And you have Dole winning 47 to 46% with Perot getting 6%.
They screwed that up. I think it's going to be 46, and Perot's going to get 8. It's irrelevant what the popular vote is. I think I can get Dole to 278 electoral votes.
Well, I mean, there's no poll, Mary.
There is faith, Don.
Well, I know that's why you're here because I mean, I don't think you have to snap at me. I don't know that much about it. You know that. That's why we have you people on. But I mean, I just
look. The polls that were wrong in 1994 in predicting the House. They didn't predict Pataki. They didn't predict Whitman. They didn't predict Engler. They didn't predict the Georgia Senate. They're just not. The polls suck. There's no other way to put it.
Why are you attacking my wife? I mean, just sitting here jumping all over. I mean, she's entitled to an opinion.
40% of the people said,
you're attacking her.
40% of the people said they lie to pollsters. 40% of the people are lying to pollsters. Yes. How many of you have ever been polled? Did you tell the truth?
First of all, none of
40% of your audience is liars.
I'll bet you there's 5 people in this audience who are even can vote, and the rest of them are felons. So nobody knows.
Well, that's all right. If you're a felon, you can vote in the Clinton administration. Because
you could serve in the administration. All right, let's talk. How do you think it's going to break?
First I'll give you the total honest answer. I don't know. I bet you I've been privy to 25 polls between Friday and this morning. My sense is the Democrats are going to take the House back, and the Senate is going to hinge on 3 or 4 of these southern races that are really too close to call, and a lot of them the Democrats have the seat. If we lose in Louisiana or we lose in Arkansas, and we lose in Georgia, it's going to be pretty tough. But if we win 2 out of those 3, I think we'll take it back. I don't know that we will. I think the House, everything that I see, even in USA Today, you're looking at a ballot test of 51-43, and I mean that poll would have to be an awful lot of people lying for that not to have some weight. But I don't have there's no assurance I have, because I talk to some people and they think one way, I talk to other people they think another way, and frankly, I don't know, and I don't think anyone else knows. I think you can only make an educated guess at this point, and I think that the country is going to be up late. If you want to know who's going to have the House, I think you're going to learn the names of some congressmen and some challenges out in Oregon, Washington, Alaska, California particularly. I mean, I think it's going to be that kind of night that people that are interested in politics are going to actually have to wait, and I don't think the exit polls are going to be able to tell us very early.
Well, let's say a PSA. That's why everybody, no matter what, we heard you talking to Tim about this earlier, everybody has to vote, even after these guys call it at 8 o'clock.
Of course, what we're hoping for is we've conceded the Clinton presidency. And we're hoping for a majority in the Senate and the House for Republicans so that we can have material for the next 2 or 3 years.
I can see the bumper sticking out. Vote Republican. Entertain Imus.
When you look back over this campaign, I was talking to Clarence Page about it, there's no clip. There's no, like the Lloyd Benson, Dan Quayle clip or any of these other
Read My Lips
or the Read My Lips thing. There's no clip out of this campaign. But Mary, how will you remember this campaign?
A better man for a better America who won.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's going to win. And aren't you going to be? Isn't everyone going to just be so delighted and surprised? That's a nice, good story for you. How the pollsters screwed up.
Well, no, it'd be fine with me. We have little or no interest in it, do we?
Zero.
Well, maybe he does, but
no agenda here.
Yeah.
Come on.
And James, what will you take out of it?
Well, I mean, I think the president's going to win. I think he's going to win by a pretty good margin. And I think the ongoing story here that no one is reporting is, I think it's very likely that the last 2 Republican nominees will not break 40% in the polls. And I think that's going to have some serious sort of implications here. But I'd rather count the votes before I comment. I don't think that this race has had the interest or the spark that you had in 92 for the simple reason I think the country's doing better and that there's just less things that people are angry about. I mean, angry people, even 94, angry people make for an interesting election. But by and large, the national election has not been as interesting because the economy is better and it's not that much a horse race. But some of these local races have been pretty good. Been pretty interesting.
The economy sucks. The economy is growing. We just got the third quarter results back. The economy is growing at 2.2%. You know what it was growing in the third quarter of 1992? 3.5%. You know the difference of 1.5% growth to an economy, to individual families?
I'm not. Look, I'm not going to argue because America
And don't
thinks
you
the
want
economy.
a cap gains tax cut? Yes, you need a capital
Well,
gains
that's what we-
tax cut. You need a 50.
That's what we only had to talk about, the cap gains tax cut. That's going to turn that crank out there at the last minute, baby.
I'm pretty happy, frankly. But I mean, that's just me. But my brother's doing better.
You're a multi-zillionaire. What are you talking about?
You're doing better? Aren't you doing better? Are you doing better, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not because
But,
of President
yeah, but I
Clinton,
mean, it doesn't fall into some
No, but I mean, that's the way
general
people look
pattern
at
across
it.
the country, for crying out loud.
They're supposed to fight, not us.
Okay, fine.
Reasonable men can differ.
Mary's radio program is syndicated around the country on the CBS radio network, and this afternoon she'll be simulcast on C-SPAN. You all can listen to that and watch it. And James probably working on another book or something.
Probably be doing something like that. I got to do something so I'm not a totally kept man. You know? Bring $1 or $2 into this marriage.
Anyway, great to have both of you here, and thank you both very much, James Carville and Mary Madden here in the Imus and Imus program. It is 6 minutes now till the hour.
Imus in the morning.
Look at liberal Dave go back here.
You know, we quit fighting about a week ago. I'm glad you didn't have us on together.
Well, don't give up the ship.
I mean, I'll be happy to take you.
Okay. I didn't want to...